Namaste yogis, welcome to the Yoga Pantry with Natasha, and yes, I am still on Arawapa. This time it is heading towards dusk. We've got the Inter-Islander behind me ferrying people from Wellington, which is across there, and sending them to Picton, which is the ferry port. I figured since it's coming towards evening, we will do a lovely evening cool down or warm down or de-stressing, let go of the day. So let's get started. All right, we're gonna start in standing as we have been doing for the last few videos. Let's just shake it out though. Shake out the day. You know how animals shake things off? That's what we want to do as well. Just shake off the day. Whatever's happened, whatever's gone on today, let it go. Breathe it out. Shake it all out. We'll do a little bit of subtle, slow yoga because it's such a lovely, powerful practice. Even though it's really slow and things shift in a subtle way, they're actually quite incredible and quite big in a sense. Those subtle shifts bit by bit change the way our body starts to feel and move and behave. So once you've shaken it all out, just get a little into your body. Let's just stand grounded, close your eyes. Tadasana, or you can have the legs a little wider. Close your eyes. Just breathe it out. Breathe out the day. Let's do that again. Just feel into your body. Soften your eyes. Soften your jaw. Relax, relax, relax. Get a sense of what your body wants to do, how it wants to move right now. Maybe just bend one knee. You can open your eyes if you want and follow me, or just do what feels good. Maybe bend one knee, take all of that weight to one side. And then very gently shift it back the other way. Come back to center. The knees are soft, we don't lock them. Bend the other knee and just shift that weight. Let's feel into that. Come back to center. This time, softening the knees, allow the head to go with you a little, let the body go with you a little. Breathe into that. And then press and gently rise up. Other side, soften. Let your body go a little, let your head go a little. And then press and come back to center. We want to round the back a little, let the chin drop down. Let the head drop down and just start to reverse ragdoll yourself downwards. Down, 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 down. Hang here. Experience yourself just chilling out, hanging out. Soft knees. Maybe a little sway. Do what feels good. Maybe move out the head and neck. Maybe shift the weight forward and back. And then press through the feet and we'll reverse ragdoll ourselves back up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Head coming up last. Let those arms expand. Let the breath open. Let the arms come up, full body stretch out, straight up or back, whichever feels good for your body. And then release, 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 soften. Bring that energy down with you. Turn back to face you this time, and the feet can be wide, a lot wider, a little wider, and the feet turning out. We're going to just soften and reach up, slide over. You could have the hand on the hip. You don't have to go very far. Just find what feels good here. Inhale, come back up. The other hand can come to the hip or it can slide down the leg. Soften those knees so that we're not putting pressure into our joints. End of the day, the joints are tired. We want to nourish them. Come back. Inhale both those arms up. Breathe that up. And we're just going to touch the tips of the fingers together. Touch them together. See if you can become a conduit for energy. So the knees are out, the toes are out, the tailbone reaches to the floor, your belly's in slightly, the ribs are in slightly, your shoulders are opening, your chest is opening, there's this energy coming up through the crown. Now your back, your shoulders might feel a little tired, just go with me for a moment. Breathe into it. And then we're going to bring the palms together and then open the fingers. So we're making a chalice with our hands. The edges of the little finger and the thumb connect and the other fingers are all open. We're just going to draw in the energy from the heavens above, from the universe. Think about that pouring down into that chalice, down your arms, down into your body, and then we'll pull the wrists apart. So now it's just the thumbs and index fingers touching, and we'll start to touch the tips of the other fingers and let that energy come down, bringing the hands down, down, down. You can close your eyes. Just breathe that energy down with you. All right, just loosen that up. Shake it all off. Shake it out again. Shake out, shake out, shake out the day. Rolling down again. You can come to the top of your mat if you want for this one. Roll down, drop the head, round and soften and roll down, 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 down. All the way down and press through the feet. Roll yourself up gently. Roll, 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 roll. And then soften those knees again, soften the body, and then let the back start to come down a little differently to before, just experiencing something different. Down, 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 down. Straightening out those legs. Placing your hands down, you can bring the feet in a little bit more, so you can place your hands by your feet and step back into a down dog. Tread it out. Let's stretch out these tight bodies if they have been hanging out in an office chair or in front of a Zoom meeting, whatever they've been doing. Let's just stretch them out here. Move the head, shake it out, yes and no. Breathe up into your sitting bones, maybe rolling around, find a little play. Really let your own intuition take over here. Guide yourself beautifully through and into your body. And then we're going to take our knees down and drop ourselves down into a child's pose with our legs wider, as wide as you like or as narrow as you like, but just take a moment to wriggle around here and stretch yourself out. You could just hang out in like a little baby sphinx pose. This is quite nice. You could stretch here, breathe here, you could drop the head, or you can drop your forehead to your fists or come all the way down to the ground. Breathe and experience your shoulders. If it's too intense on the shoulders, just bring those arms in. Now you could even tuck them through the legs here, or you could have them to the outside. Just finding what works, what feels good. You can rest your forehead on your forearms. I'm just going to keep myself a little higher off the ground because I have this mic pack on my chest, and we don't want that to go clunk clunk onto this concrete. But you do what feels good, and I want you to really sink into your body here. Get a sense of those hips opening up. Get a sense of your ankles stretching out, your inner thighs releasing, just your whole lower body releasing and letting go. You can turn your head to the side if you like. Just breathe. Breathe out the day. And then, so you don't fall asleep straight away, let's walk over towards the right side, and you can stretch out through that left arm as far around as you can go, so that you get a nice big stretch through the left side of the body. And then inhale, and let's walk over to the other side, and again stretch out through the right arm. It's So you get a nice big stretch through the right side of your body. Inhale yourself back to center and extend through center. Now you can rest and sink here a little more. If the legs are feeling that that's too intense from the wide legs, you can bring them closer or you can widen them out. Or if the shoulders need a little stretch, let's take the right arm through this time and come into a nice gentle wide-legged child's pose twist. Left hand can support you, or you can tuck it behind you and into that crease of the right thigh. Breathe. And then let's release. Inhale, rise up, and then tuck through to the other side. Again, get through and breathe. Just find space. Bring ourselves back up. Bring those knees in together if they've been super wide, and release down into a normal child's pose. Arms behind you if you can, otherwise wherever they need to be for comfort. Extend your arms out in front and roll yourself up into a tabletop position, just separating out, stacking knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, or a little bit forward if they need to be. Let's tuck our toes and round into a cat stretch. Inhale, expand, open the chest, bring it through. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, let's tuck it in and up into a downward facing dog and stretch out into a nice big down dog now. Just finding space, openness. Breathe, maybe up to the toes there, roll around, tuck everything under. And then exhale. And roll and round. And exhale. And let's drop our knees down again and sit. We're going to sit back into a Vajrasana, ankles flat if you can. If this is uncomfortable for you, just try for a few moments and then you can move forward. If you're comfortable here, let's lean back. And if this is enough, just stay there. But maybe if you've got those flexible ankles and they need a little stretch out, lift your knee off the ground. One knee first. Release that down, lift the other knee. One knee first, and then release it down. If you're super balanced, now I'm on kind of hard concrete, so this might not be the most comfortable thing. So I'm just gonna roll my mat underneath me, so my ankles have a little more support, and then I'm going to lift my knees up, hold on to them, and just balance here. Shoulders down the back, breathe into it. And then release out. I'll release my mat. And you can move forward and just tap out the feet or tuck them under. I'm going to tuck mine under, and we're just going to walk our hands back towards the knees and press. Press back. The heels might not come to the ground because we're keeping our body forward, but what we're getting is a lovely stretch through the Achilles, through the calf muscles. And breathe into this here. Again, if it's too intense, come forward. Try not to squat back too much because you won't get that stretch into the calf muscles and the Achilles. And then if you want, now you can squat back, little toddler squat. Now you can rise up however you like, but if you've got pretty strong legs and glutes, press and rise all the way up. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, hands in front of your heart center. Let's interlace those fingers, turn those palms up. Gaze in front of you, find a nice focal point, a nice drishti. Belly in, tail in, and rise up to your toes. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Inhale, breathe those arms up. Exhale, out to your side, so reach out. Inhale, back to center, and over to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Let's stretch our legs out, turn the feet out, and we'll just, turn the feet in. Let's come forward. Soften, you can bend your knees as much as you like. A nice stretch through those inner thighs. Stretch out those legs. Inhaling, half lift, and exhale, fold. Now if you like, you can clasp your hands behind you, let those arms come through, or you can just have your hands in front of you on blocks, maybe even on a couch or a bed or a little table. Release the hands down, release them down, press through the legs, hug the knees in, slightly the thighs in, slightly to rise up. Inhaling, and exhale, hands down. Let's just release and shake. Shake it all off. And we're going to stand for a moment to just feel the difference from when we first started. Close your eyes and stand into your body. Sway a little until you find center. Now you might feel your calf muscles zinging a little. You might feel your ankles. You might be more aware of your feet than you were. So nice and grounded. Maybe you feel your arms, your hips, your belly, your shoulders. Just notice what you're aware of right now. And then opening your eyes, let's come on down. And we're going to stretch our legs out in front of us. Walk those sitting bones back. Now, if you sit here and you're all rounded and tight, just bring your hands behind and just expand the heart. But if you're comfortable coming forward, maybe you grab a strap, maybe you grab your feet. Breathe the heart forward, lengthen. And exhale, allow yourself just to stretch into whatever feels good for you. You can release, you can soften, you can round. Find what feels delicious. Inhale. Release that out. Shake it out. Let's go ahead and take left leg over right. Now you can keep right leg extended and hug that left leg in. Bring it in. Sit up nice and tall. Right hand comes behind you. Rotate. If you want, you can bring your right leg in and deepen that twist more. Which one do I want to do today? Maybe I'll do this one. I thought I'd like to have my leg extended, but now that I'm here, this feels kind of good. Breathe in, lengthen. We want to rotate so that the rotation happens from the waist upwards and our sacrum stays nice and squared to the front and it doesn't get sort of pushed out into an uneven position. Now you don't have to do anything epic here. It's the end of the day, we're winding down. But if you are flexible, you want a bit more into your shoulders, you can bind the pose by grabbing a strap and holding on behind you. Or you can tuck your right hand into that hole between the legs and grab hold of the hand behind you. It's not for everyone, but if you are flexible, it feels really delicious. So find what feels good. And now release. We're going to take a nice open twist and expand and open out to the side. Release out. I was hoping we'd get a lovely sunset, but I think it's a little bit too misty today for that. Let's just shake out the legs. And then we're going to extend the left leg, right leg over the top. Now again, you can hug in, absolutely, you can stay here. This is yummy, delicious, a total legit twist. Or you can tuck that leg under, as long as you can keep both sitting bones connected to the floor here. And left hand comes around to hug the right arm, or maybe the right leg, or maybe the right hand comes behind you, the left hand comes through that hole, and you bind that pose. Just drink in the view while you breathe and rest. And then release out, nice little open twist. Breathe in, twist. And then release out. Release those legs, shake them out. We're going to bring the hands behind us, feet facing forward, just a little hammock, lift, maybe open, stretch out if that feels good. And we're going to do a little pigeon. Now, if pigeon's no good, just come onto your back. Right leg over left and do a little thread the needle. But if you're going, I want to do pigeon today, then right leg out in front, left leg behind. Just get yourself situated so you can extend the back leg straight out. The foot doesn't want to curve off. You want that nice and straight. Maybe you need to plop a little blanket or cushion underneath your left thigh or underneath your right hip. Make sure your knee's comfortable. How high your shin comes up to meet the top of the mat is totally up to the flexibility and openness of your hips. So find what feels comfortable here. Before you recline, everyone wants to recline, but right here, this is our full pigeon pose. Breathe into it. Expand the chest. Draw in through the belly so the back's protected. Feel that openness. Breathe in. And then, if you feel called to, come on down. Little lovely pigeon pose. Wherever you like, you can walk your pigeon off to the side. You can get another shoulder stretch by threading it in, grabbing your foot and binding the pose. Or you could just stay and relax. Head down or up, on blocks or not. It's your body. It's your experience. So make it the best you possibly can. So those of you that are unfamiliar with Arawapa Island, which I totally was, it's right at the tip. It's almost at the end, I guess. Well, I don't know how big the Marlborough Sounds are, but from my vantage point right here, I'm in the South Island, and if I look straight ahead, I can actually see the North Island. So we're not too far from the end of the top of the South Island, and it's a lovely island. It's not such a small island. There's a few homesteads on here, and just over that hill is a whaling station. It's not in operation anymore, but it was in operation right up until 1964. Now, however, New Zealand's all about conservation and protecting the whales, but back then that station operated for I think over 100 years. Pretty crazy. We went and had a look at it today, so I'm glad that's not in operation anymore, but the history is very interesting. All right, let's inhale. And we're just going to roll over to the right side so we can take that left leg out behind in front of us and just give your right knee a good little shake out. And you know what, sometimes when you come out of pigeon, it just feels like a down dog is the thing to do. So if that's what you want to do, go for it. If it's not, you can come into pigeon on the other side, but I feel a down dog is calling. So let's just stretch out a little bit. Just experience the right leg in comparison to the left leg. How does that feel? And check out the head and neck. And then let's go ahead and take our left leg out in front. Reach out through that right leg, extending nice and straight. Square up the hips. Shrug the shoulders back. Find openness in your body. Breathe here. Embrace full pigeon first, because what it does is it stretches out the right hip flexors. And then as you recline, you get more and more into your glutes. We're almost done. And so is the day. Breathe in. Exhale. Allow yourself to come down. Anywhere you like, any of those variations we talked about, and just relax. So the people that own the homestead, they've got 4 properties around their homestead. There's one just down there that they rent out for people like moi to come and enjoy, and they run a power pearl farm. So yeah, they're cultivating, it's not like a full pearl, it's kind of a half round. They insert this thing under a power abalone shell, and it irritates it like it would a oyster. Well, oysters are the ones that grow pearls, right? And so it's like a plastic insert, and the abalone, the power, starts to layer its shell over it and creates this blister, this half circle, which is the pearl. They grow it for about 4 years until it's about 2 or 3 mils thick, and then they harvest it. So it all happens right down there. They have this huge shed, and they spawn the power, and then they cultivate it and grow it. And actually what they also do is they reseed the ocean as well in these areas. They'd like to do more, but it costs a lot of money, so they do what they can. So that's kind of cool. I like the fact that they're giving back, and they're making sure that our stocks of power, abalone, New Zealand abalone, will be in New Zealand forever. So that's kind of cool. All right, how's those hips feeling? Inhale, breathe yourself open. They are lovely people too that run this homestead. And then roll over to your side, release out. Release the leg. Oh, give that knee a little release out. And if you want one last downward facing dog, if you don't, just lie down, have a little wriggle around, find what feels good. Let's just stretch out for a moment. And on to your back. So onto your back, give yourself a little hug. We're going to release the left leg, hug that right knee in. Good squeeze in, take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw your body up, hold the breath out, just squeeze that in, and inhale, release. Shift your hips slightly off to the right and take that left leg over with you. You can extend your right arm out, or you can cactus it, just depends on the space around you. Just feel that beautiful stretch through the body. Sometimes cactusing that arm gives you a stretch across the armpit and stuff as well. So again, it's all about finding what feels good. If it's not so good, extend it out or bring it by your side or extend it up by your face. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then release back to center. And we'll release the right leg, hug your left leg in, squeeze it in nice and close, take a deep breath in. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come down. It's kind of like a tourism video, isn't it? Didn't mean to. Really shift your hips over to the left side and take the knee over to the right, extending out, either arm extending out or bending the elbow. I am very aware that I'm very lucky to be able go on holiday and kind of go about life as pretty much normal in New Zealand at the moment. Touch wood, knock, knock, knock. Everything's really good for us at the moment. And so I thought it would be cool if I could share just a little bit of this experience with you guys at home. Let's release back to center. Let's widen out the feet, drop the knees in together. Take the arms overhead if that's comfortable for you. Grab hold of your elbows. Take 5 deep breaths. When you're done that, walk the feet in, drop the soles of the feet together, and legs out wide. You can readjust your arms, maybe one on your belly, one on your chest, or just wherever again, wherever it feels good for you. Take another 5 deep breaths here. And then bringing those knees up, we'll just release the legs down. Now I'm going to give you a choice here. You can go into a bridge, you can go into a plow pose, or you can follow me into a fish pose. If you want to do fish pose, hands by your side, maybe you lift the hips and bring the palms face down underneath you, sitting your hips onto those rests, extending out the legs, press through the forearms, lift the chest as high as you comfortably can, drop the crown of the head down to the ground. So we open our throat chakra, we open our heart chakra, we ground into the root chakra, and we connect into our crown chakra. So basically this activates along every chakra through the body, all the main chakras. Breathe deeply, lift the head, and then release the body down. Release. Hug those knees in again. Bring the head in. Just a little crunch, a little squeeze. And release. Stretch out. Stretch out. Shake it out. A little dead bug. Shake it out. Wriggle. Do what feels good. And, my lovelies, you're done. Shavasana. Or again, you can throw those legs up a wall or come back into a child's pose or any pose that feels good. Surrender here. Maybe chuck a bolster or a couple of cushions underneath your knees. Pop a warm jersey on or grab a blanket. And breathe out any remaining tension from your day as you reintegrate yourself into your body fully and completely, and you feel all those subtle shifts, the little energetic shifts in the body, your body just eating up the benefits of your practice. You could sit if you prefer. If you like, you can sit up, and I'll just put a little footage of the surrounding area that you can watch. Otherwise, just lie here and rewind later and check it out then. So stay here as long as you like. When you're done, have a little wriggle, have a little stretch out, give yourself a cuddle, maybe kiss each knee for a job well done. And then you can finish the rest of your evening in full body comfort. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.